Hey.
I like that. I like that. I like that. I never get tired. I never get tired of that beat.
Yeah, man.
Good night. Good night, one and all. How y'all doing this evening?
I'm well. How are you?
We bless up, man. We bless. We vibes.
You good?
The vibes, everything cool. Yes, everything irie.
Glad to know that. But how the new year treating you all thus far?
Kick ass, but you know.
So wait, are you saying that 2022 is just a continuation of 2021?
Yeah, you know, I don't know if you saw a post I had where it had some fellas peeking behind a wall and they're touching the door.
The door, yeah, they're afraid to open it.
With a broom, they're pushing the door to see what's going on. True thing. Lucy, we missed you last week.
You know, not that it's bad to have great expectations and all of that. You know, we all could hope, we all only hope for a brighter tomorrow, but the situation is that for so many people, they have these greater than great expectations. And for the new year, like you say, it's just an extension of the week, an extension of its next day. And people tend to get disappointed, you know, and they say, oh God, this year started off bad, it started off terrible. You know, last year was 2 weeks ago. I mean, what you really expect? You know, we had a whole lot of folks leaving us recently. A lot of folks lost loved ones, very tragic situations. And sad to say, 2022 is just a continuation of 2021 for most individuals. Just seem to be one long nightmare.
No, it's all in the mindset. Come on now.
I'm saying for some people. For some people, more than others. Good night, Lucy O'Brien. Good night, Natty S. Good night. Thank you so much for joining us. As we wait, let me get two more people in the chat. Let me get two more. There's two more people in the how you call it?
Yeah, in the chat.
On the live stream.
Chat room, yeah. The chat room gonna be buzzing tonight.
Maybe not everybody's ready to talk yet, you know.
Because I'm gonna tell you all something serious tonight. Not yes. I don't know if you know what you're walking to, but tonight I need
walk into a friendly atmosphere.
Okay, I need your input. I need your input. Lucy O'Brien, I need your input. I don't need
Lucy, no shyness tonight, man.
I don't need any people that's reserved and afraid to talk because you're shy or you're born again.
No.
Or whatever it is.
You're trying to say you don't need me, huh? You're trying to say you don't need me.
Even if you have your reservations, I want to hear your point of view on this topic tonight.
Chat.
I want to hear your point of view on this topic tonight because
no repercussions on this show.
Yeah, we tend to whisper some of these things in secret, and we need to discuss some of them openly. And that's the only way we can come up with answers. Trini girl, good evening. Good evening to
Hi,
you.
Trini.
That's right.
Thank you so much for joining us. Well, Sam.
Yeah, brethren.
I am
Run
happy
the rhythm, teacher. Run the rhythm.
I'm happy that we have no bad news to report at the beginning of the show.
Yeah.
So we start off in a good vibe and then we keep the good vibe going. So
that's right.
Run the thing.
We're going with BantuKreations, you know what I mean? And you all need to start making some men stuff, okay? Some man things. Okay.
My name is Karin Forrester. I represent BantuKreations. BantuKreations offers beautifully made, African-inspired, lightweight, handcrafted, one-of-a-kind earrings in wonderful shapes, shades, sizes, and colors. Please don't be scared of the large sizes. They're extremely lightweight earrings. BantuKreations can be found on IG and on Facebook as BantuKreations. That's BantuKreations with a K.
Come check me out, chriskeys.com. I'm worldwide.
Tony Altamirano.
Hi, I'm Gina.
What's up, everybody? I'm Win Vu, award-winning remixer.
I'm an artist. Hi, my name's Justina Bethel.
Hi, I'm Mike Bowen from Denton, Texas.
How you doing? This is Tom Cutt from Music by Tom Cutt. Check out Samuel E. Archer's book, Hybrid Executive. We are in the business, and here's how you can be a better business person because you're running your business.
You can find my music at JustinaBeth_EL on Instagram or JustinaBethel.com, and I am a hybrid executive.
I'm a hybrid executive.
I'm a hybrid executive, just like you.
Follow me at Koya Music, and I'm also a hybrid executive.
I'm worldwide, baby, but just know I'm a hybrid executive. That's all you need to know, baby.
Get on up, B.
Check out my music, MikeBowen.com. I'm a hybrid executive.
I'm a hybrid executive.
Yes,
Great.
and we are back. Tonight, good night, Denise Williams. Thank you so much for joining us.
Hi, Denise.
Tonight, what are we talking about? Is it consequences? We talk about price. The title of the show tonight, The Price of Bad Sex. Who was it? Was it you or Sam or did Karin come up with that title?
Wait, you're letting the cat out the bag?
I don't know. I'm asking the question. I don't know. The price.
Look, somebody put up their hand up. Look, somebody put up their hand.
The price of bad sex.
Look at this culprit here. Culprit.
Yes. This brings me back to the year.
I always take account,
The year was 1977.
Mm.
When reggae artist Peter Tosh sang these words. I am not in this world to live up to your expectations.
Neither are you here to live up to mine.
Neither are you here to live up to mine.
Aye.
I don't owe no one no obligation. Hold on, people. I don't owe no one no obligation, no. I don't mean none. So everything is fine.
That's right.
Do we often set ourselves up for disappointments when entering relationships? Do we put unrealistic expectations on our prospective mates to perform up to standards that been set by past lovers? Tell me something, women. Tell me something, ladies. How in the world do you expect me? And when I say me, I'm speaking on behalf of men here tonight. How do you expect me to match up or exceed a performance at which I was not present? How can I be expected to rock your world like your ex-boyfriend did 2 years ago? I have my own shoes to fill, because if you ever try to make some woman feel the way that somebody else made her feel, I could assure you, you will feel miserably.
We're not talking about no comparisons. We're not talking about comparisons.
I think it is both unfair and unrealistic, which in turn would most likely be unsatisfying. I mean, why can't we just simply enjoy each other's company for who we are as individuals without having a checklist of prerequisites? I mean, come on, what is considered good sex? What is bad sex?
One that knocks you the hell out and make you go to sleep right away.
When I was growing up, hold on. When I was growing up, hold you, I want you to go into this after. Make your notes. When I was growing up, I never hear words like hypersexuality. What is that? There's no single definition for that. Some say it's intense sexual fantasies. Tell me who here within the sound of my voice has not had a sexual fantasy? And who is to say that what is intense for one individual may very well be mild or considered timid to some? What is promiscuity? What the hell is sexual compulsivity? Let's talk about the use of substances. These substances that people use to enhance sexual performances. And I'm not saying that it's bad, nor am I saying that it's good. My question is in regards to men, young men, feeling pressured because they may not be performing up to par in the bedroom. I hear guys in their 30s talking about using prescribed medications so that they could measure up to society's norms. But the question is here, who set these norms anyway? Huh?
I'm
people
about 10
sitting here
questions in one
Yeah.
long drawn out sentence.
who set these norms for men to perform up to? Since you want to chime in and act on behalf of women, answer the question.
First of all this thing about comparisons, that is not where we're coming from tonight. We're not doing comparisons.
No, I asked the question because men are often compared by women to former lovers. He ain't as good as. He so and so ain't big like this one. No, I am me. So you all do in fact do comparisons.
Present company excluded from that one, please, and thank you.
The question, I want to know who set these norms that we have to live up to.
Denise, are there any norms that they have to live up to? You have to live up to yourself, live up to your own performance, and find a partner who has the same energy level that you do.
How you know that though?
By trying it out. What do you mean? How you know that? I told you about a guy who way back.
Hold on, you tell me, or you want to tell us?
No, me tell you. Me talk to you a long time about it. I'm a chat to you on this year show earlier on in the episodes that there was one gentleman who was he just sort of ejaculated too quickly. We're trying to be nice, eh? Ejaculated too quickly, like within like 2 minutes. And I was like, what is father? So the first time I thought, maybe a little nervous, a little anxious first time. Okay. Got to a second time. I think that was less. I was like, what is? I can't deal with this. This can't work, boy. This cannot work. It can't work.
But tell me something.
I have a healthy sex drive, and that wasn't going to work.
What is considered the average time for a man to ejaculate?
Okay, ejaculation is just the release of sperm. Okay. If you're talking about a climax, to orgasm, to reach orgasm, it varies. If the guy is extremely experienced, he might work you out for an hour and a half. If he's, new to the game, just a test out, just a dip. Probably 20-30 minutes, and then he needs that. Men have what they call an absolute refractory period where they can't be stimulated again for a little period. So 20-30 minutes workout, ejaculate, good, sweat, feel it.
Wait, hold up. So I have a question. It depends on the man.
Yeah. The woman doesn't have any downtime.
I thought it was both people who working it out together. So
they're working it out, but the man need downtime. The woman doesn't. You only need downtime. We don't need downtime. We're like, okay, baby,
even if the man needs some downtime after because I've seen cases where women feel elated that the man climax in 2 minutes.
Because she's not really interested.
Because no, listen what I'm saying. The thing so sweet that you climax in 2 minutes.
Stop it. No woman want a 2 minute man.
But hold on, Karin. The man making an excess. The man making a point.
So you are saying that if the thing's sweet and he comes in 2 minutes.
Hold on, let the man talk, the man.
Yes, let the man talk. Yeah. So, but at least that will be the testament to the organ that is fire.
Somebody lied to you.
I believe.
Somebody lied to you.
Hold on. They say when God created this thing, He said, "Hold on. Let me put an extra little bit of sweetness inside of it for you."
Hold on, man.
So hold on. So now, hold on. Let me. Hold on. Women y'all always claim, "Oh, me sweet, me good, me tight and good. The eagle eye, the eye shall return. The must come back. The glamity." Hold on. And when you give the man the glamity, and he enjoy it so much that he can't seem to control himself, or they turn on and blame the man and say something wrong with him.
No, we're gonna go back to what Sam said. Let's start with that before we attach this thing. Sam, any woman that tells you that 2 minutes of sexual intercourse or any type of intercourse is sufficient, lied.
We're not saying it was sufficient because you have different rounds, right? You might have an evening you're spending with somebody and you go for maybe 3 or 4 rounds, right? But you might have a round that you know, you was out of practice, you know, and you just
ejaculated too quickly.
and things, you know,
You release too quickly.
things.
You ever see the look on our face like, oh
But
God.
who controlling you?
You ever see the look on our face when you do a 2-3 minute business?
What are you trying
like,
to say?
oh God. Just I feel it. Just I feel good enough. And you release already. Sure.
All right, but let me since you say that now, let me ask you something. The very same way that you are saying,
no.
yeah,
Long and boring.
But why is it okay for a woman? Sometimes you even get into it and touch a woman and you all have that ability to keep ejaculating, right? So why is it okay that a woman can come just sometimes upon the touch, but it's not okay for a man? Because
when you come,
because you could regenerate
there's a downtime. Hear me out. When you release, there is a downtime. When she releases, she can go right into a second round and a third round and a fourth round.
So you blame the man for that?
Not blame. I tell you the truth. It's just objective information.
But that is okay if you know women are built that way. It's fine. I don't see a problem with that. You know, you guys, you know. It's there's differences. Why is it somebody say you done? Yo, this chat gonna be on fire tonight. But it's done. But you know, now if I will say this, so if a brethren is he out of practice, or maybe he just have no stamina with the situation, he may have some issues.
Possibly.
But I think once in a while, you know, if you are really connected and you know 7 minutes you bust out, you know what I mean? That was just one.
I see you went from 2 to 3.
That was a little quick vibes, you know what I mean?
There are quickies.
Yeah, they are.
You at home. I have 30 minutes. Okay, I need 20 minutes to get back.
That's a good question. Who benefits from the quickies most of the times?
I think the guy does.
30 minutes is a quickie?
I think the guy does. No, I said 20-30 minutes lunch break or whatever, and you do a little 7-minute, 10-minute quickie.
Like in the boom closet?
I think the guy does, only because I think
you mean in the boom closet at work?
I think wherever. Boom closet, medicine closet, wherever. In a bathroom, whatever. But I think the guy benefits from the quickie more, only because it takes a woman a while to get to that real serious climax. So yes, she'll enjoy it. But she's like, okay, let's finish up later tonight. Let's meet tomorrow. Because that right there, that was for you, baby. I really didn't do that much for me. Some women can, get the high.
So let's put that what you just said to the test. We want to know from the people in the chat.
Go on, test it out. Do the survey.
Ladies, do you enjoy quickies? Do you think you benefit from it more than the men, or do the men really benefit from a quickie?
Or is it mutual?
Come, Trini. Come, Natty. Come,
or
Denise.
Is it mutual?
Lucy. Come on. Bring it straight, No, don't try to bring it straight.
So, the man benefits from the quickie.
Yeah, man.
The men.
Yeah,
okay.
Because you have been in training. You've been in training for a very long time. You know that you will slip into, like, when you're 13, 14, 15, 16. You've been starting real early. You can go behind some closed door, rock it off, back fist it. Jamaicans say back fist. Some others say strum the monkey, whatever the hell on the term on the used to. Back fist it for 5 minutes. So you have to you're between classes and you just feel hyped. And you go into the bathroom, into a stall. Hi. Wipe up. Boom. Gone.
And what about women? I have witnessed women in public places. Sit down on their leg with so.
Batiaka.
No, the legs. They seem to forget where they're sitting down, their legs, and then after a while, the hand go there and they're looking around.
Women have to build up. Thank you, Denise. Thank you very much.
But hold on.
Men benefit more from the quickie. Doesn't mean we don't enjoy it. It means.
But you're saying men go in the back and do this. Women do that in public. In public, sometimes not even realizing what they're doing.
What do you mean not realizing? After
Not,
they're drunk.
no,
They're
not,
drunk?
no. It is so intense for them that they will do it in an airport, sitting waiting to board the plane.
Okay.
Do what
I
you
have
have to
seen
do
this.
to get where you need to get to.
Before we run away, I want to put something to the test here because I am talking from personal experience now. This is not I hear
I'm
nobody.
gonna use that, you know. Go on,
I read it anywhere.
Come on.
Personal experience.
Go on.
I don't think women have to build up to anything. I don't think it's a build up because I have experience where I'll be working out with a partner and they less than 5 minutes they reach. True thing. So I think it's a little bit more than just you had a build up. We're putting that to the test to the chat tonight. Ola, come and tell me.
You said she climaxed in 5. She's been building up, waiting for you for maybe 20 minutes.
Okay.
Or 30 minutes. That's the build up. You're not talking about building up in the moment.
But the point is, so she was building up, so the man wasn't building up before?
She was building up, waiting for him. He may have been completely drenched by the time he gets there.
So, hold on. We're talking about this. Let me discuss. Let me call it this.
Oh God!
As they call, you're saying pumping back in your fist. Let me discuss this issue of masturbation for a minute or two.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard all sorts of explanations. Some say it's associated with negative moods. I hear some people say, "Oh, that is selfishness." Some people go on to say that it's perverted. While some other people say it's as natural as blowing your nose if you feel congested. When your nose stuffy, you blow it out, right? When you feel backed up, some people go and handle their business. But why does society look at it with all these different ways and saying that it's perverted? How do you see it?
To whom are you directing this question?
Miss Medical Professional.
Look here. I answer you as a medical professional. Anyway, I think that people view it differently based on their belief systems. A lot of belief systems are religious based, and they don't feel that you have a right to release. There are certain cultures where they feel that you're giving away your energy of sorts when you release, each time you release. That's some cultures. Northern hemisphere, I would say religion is the primary reason that they don't want you to, and some people become fixated on masturbating to a point that school suffers, work suffers, relationships suffer, because they're absolutely obsessive in the frequency at which they masturbate. We're not talking about once or twice a day, morning and evening. You're single, you don't have a partner. We're talking about maybe 10, 20 times a day. Those are the hypersexed people that you mentioned when you opened the show. When it comes to a point where everything else suffers, especially work, school, and your personal relationships suffer as a result of you being so obsessed with constantly masturbating, then we have an issue. That's where the issue really comes in.
So this individual is going to enjoy masturbation more than sex, basically.
Probably will have sex and turn over and masturbate, although they climax, because they've gotten accustomed to their own hands. They know their bodies. That individual knows his or her body better than the partner. Rather than teaching the partner where to stimulate, they would rather just, let's hit the right spot. They'll go into the bathroom after they've had intercourse with someone they care about. I'm not talking about any little one-nighter or anything like that. They'll go into the bathroom and do it the way they know it works for them, rather than explain to the partner, this is what I need you to do. A lot of them won't take the time, or maybe the partner won't listen.
So why you think couples may neglect that conversation?
Fear of that big word, rejection. Fear of that person feeling that they're less than somehow. They're not decent. If they're very religious, you can speak to this. If they're very religious, they may feel that it's not appropriate. The level to which that they want to go, the types of sexual positions, maybe, maybe they don't feel comfortable discussing it, especially if it's early in the relationship. You know, they don't want to scare that person away or that person to think less of them, rather than sit down and say, listen, you know, this is what I like. What do you think of this? Would you engage in this with me? If not, well, how about this? People don't want to have those conversations. They're scared.
Yeah, that's like a
I
business.
have no issue.
That's like that's like a whole document. Like my
You can talk things through.
I, the undersigned, do hereby agree that
like you know that religion has prevented people from allowing themselves. They've been taught since childhood. They won't allow themselves to engage in oral sex. Some will not do it at all, not at all. And if that's what the man enjoys, truly enjoys, and he has a woman who will not do it at all, it poses a problem. I was trying to express to someone recently, I had an acquaintance who told me that he was married for a really long time. His wife would not perform oral sex on him. He stepped out of the relationship. They ended up getting divorced as a result of that. And she ended up dying from some type of cancer. I don't remember if it was breast or cervical, a few years after. And it's been 20 plus years and he still mourns the decisions that he made, rather than having the conversation about saying, hey, this is really important to me. This gives me pleasure. Would you consider it? Okay, let's make an adjustment. Let's modify, whatever.
I don't think that any modifications, hold on, Sam, I don't think any modifications needed to be met. I think we all were placed into certain modes of behavior, into certain systems. We bought into that and it doesn't necessarily work for us. We caught up in this polygamy situation. This is where
monogamy.
Monogamy, right? This monogamy situation. And I don't think that construct is really working for us, for a lot of us. So
it's not for everyone.
This is where wife number 3 might come in handy, right? Is okay. Wife number, okay, you don't want it. Okay, fine. You know, I'm gonna go down the hall so and get this taken care of.
As long as if you're okay with wife number 3, I hope you're okay with husband number 4.
No, that
no, you see, that then we have a problem.
Based on this scenario,
come on, people in the chat, speak up.
No, that is not what polygamy is. A woman having six husbands.
It can be.
We talking about what can
only
be.
a male dominant society that leads just men.
Okay, before you all run away with the point, I just had a quick question because I know the point go on. The action of the gentleman stepping out in his relationship caused his wife to get cancer?
No. I'm saying
okay. But what I'm saying is he stepped out because he was not getting right. Okay.
And he stepped out.
So, and then that led to
divorce.
That led to
divorce. She was
So that led to divorce because he stepped out.
Led to divorce. Yes, he told me. Because he stepped out of the marriage.
Oh. Whereas had she allowed wife number 2 to be there to do the things that she doesn't want to do, everybody would have been happy.
Cut it out.
We are in the wrong system. It's not
two consenting adults must agree on that third party or fourth party coming in.
It is not working for us.
No, pop up will just come up on the screen. I never read it fast enough.
Yeah, you read it. You just
no, never read it. Never read it. Well, some men don't like to eat either. Well, some women say if you can't eat, you have to go.
Let me ask you all something here now. Hold on. I dropped one question. Let me address this issue here now. We're addressing this issue on hygiene. Hygiene. I met some brothers who complain that they go over to a woman's house, and after she disrobed, the pungent smell that was in the room, they know to themselves they could have never engaged in that particular act. So you say, so what you do? You left? No, you know.
Well, you knock out your mic. Check your mic. You knock out your mic. As I hit your chest.
You're getting all excited.
Yeah. Oh Lord. Okay, we're not hearing you at all. Check your mic. Check the connection. I think you hit something. Well, hit your chest again and see if it come back.
Yeah, for real, because that's what knocked it out. That's what knocked it out. When you did like this, something pulled.
We're not hearing nothing.
We're hearing you, but it's diminished dramatically. Not coming through the mic.
I know you hit yourself or you use what the fella name? Flash. You shocked the cable.
It's not coming through on the mic.
You might have to go direct on your mic on your computer, maybe.
No. Unplug it and try plugging it back in. Okay.
All right. Well, while he sorted that out, what was it?
He was going for the polygamy thing, which we're not falling for that. People in the northern hemisphere, except for the
what is your issue with polygamy, Karin?
My issue?
Yeah.
Oh, I am a monogamous person by just my nature. I don't do the sharing. I don't want to argue over who has Tuesday night versus who has Thursday night and shared time. And no, I'm not with that. I'm from this part of the hemisphere. I'm not with that. I know we have those groups here in the U.S., but they're them have their belief system. I have mine.
It's a belief system.
It is a belief system. Whether we're talking about countries on the continent, like in Nigeria and so forth, they had polygamous situation. They do still have that in Ghana, in Nigeria.
Okay. I mean, we may have to do a show on that because there's a misconception about those types of setups. And
what do you think the misconception is?
It's not.
What do you think the misconception is?
Misinformation. There's misinformation, and it's an in-depth topic.
It is a huge topic, but it's been present in many cultures.
I think people just look at the sexual aspect of it and kind of lose the objective. But that's a whole different.
I understand. I got you on that. I got you.
You hear me now?
Yes, a little better.
Welcome back, brethren. So you was no, it looked like Carol responded to something that you were saying, but go ahead with you say you had two questions, right?
I forget where I was.
You were
what I'm saying
about the odor.
You have brothers who complain about hygiene, basic hygiene with women and stuff like that, but yet still they go ahead and have intercourse because they say they have to represent as a man, because if you reach this far and you go over to a woman place, you have to see it through, which I don't believe, because trust me, any funky vibe hit me, I gone. So the question is, how can a woman, somebody mentioned that men don't like to, no, the first night you meet a woman and she wants you to just go there, you don't even know this woman, her hygiene, her habits. But yet still women somehow expect men to just dive into their crutch, not even understanding how this woman take care of herself and all of these different things.
There are a lot of guys who don't have the standards that you have. So you're projecting your standards onto others.
Right here,
don't care.
Right here, I'll interject what a comedian said once. This is the reason why he walks around with those small ketchup packets. So anytime he have a little issue, he pull out a packet of ketchup, he put it on the burger and he work it out. So I don't know.
That is some weird that is some really strange thing you just said.
No, comedian said it in a routine some years ago. It was just funny. He's like, "Where's my pack of ketchup?"
So he had condiments.
Funny condiments. What type of nastiness is that? Oh my gosh.
It's a joke.
But how is it nastiness when at the same time, what I spoke about earlier on, women wanting men to meet these expectations. Pour whipped cream and pour honey over me and pancake syrup and all these. Hold on.
No, the reason I said it was nasty because you already said there was a funk. So he's gonna put ketchup on the funk. That's what I said is nasty. Not the act of using condiments, but the act of using a condiment is like putting perfume on feces. Come on now, seriously. Is using condiments to cover up something so you can get through the process. Man.
Well, let me just clarify. I was not using ketchup. I don't use ketchup. I'm referring
you use mayonnaise, mustard,
a comedian routine,
sugar,
and he used ketchup packets in his routine. And I thought it was very funny.
You said you don't use ketchup, but you sound like you use other things. Hey, wow.
So let me ask you a big question here. Karin, does size really matter?
Size of what?
Come on, don't act fool now. You know what?
Asking a question,
don't act fool.
Questions and you'll get better answers.
Do not act fool. You know
the size of what?
The plantain.
The plantain. Cucumber. Ladies, please, I beg of you, don't stay quiet because I go and bounce this. Sorry. Does size really matter if you're talking about the man's penis? Absolutely. But I have met men with penises reaching almost to their knee who didn't know what to do with it. And you do have men who are maybe 5-6 inches that can work the hell out of you because they can move. The average guy, 6 to 8 inches, right? Black man. Let me clarify it. Black man. Okay. The ones who are 5 and less and trying to do something, it's like a little tickle and you're looking at them like, honey. Feels like a feeling. That can't work. That just cannot work.
I've heard stories.
Size matters, yes.
I have heard stories.
But some have real skills with language.
Because I remember, it bring me back to a story. I remember one time I broke up with this girl because she called me by someone else's name during sex. And I was like, wait a minute. I didn't want to stop. So I continue going and I wait again. And then she called the same name. I said, no. That can't be a mistake. So after that, I was out. Never showed back up, never called again, never answered another phone call. It took about 3 years later, I encountered the same individual and she was like, that was really messed up how you left me like that. I said, what do you mean? You can't remember what you did? She said, what did I do? I said, you called me by somebody else's name. She said, I did what? She said, no. I don't partake in stuff like that. I said, yeah. During the sex, you called me Rodney. That's not my name. She said, yo, you're a damn fool. I call you Rodney because you rod there your knee. That's why I call you Rodney. And stupid me walk out of the relationship not realizing what she was talking about. Sab, control yourself. Sab, God. So I just get mistaken, not realizing, what she meant when she said Rodney. All right, so
that's not the calypso, right?
Back to your regular scheduled programming.
Oh God. Oh Lord.
Yeah.
So did you rekindle the flame? I mean, did any?
No, too much time had passed. Too much time had passed. Yes, and we just happened to be passing each other, So
you're not into nicknames, are you?
No, well, if it's a good nickname, but if it's a good nickname, I'll take that one. I'll go with that one.
So if she said Black Panther, then that would have.
It has to relate. It has to relate to something positive.
Situation. Okay.
It has to relate to something positive. So, all it threw me off. Where we go?
You threw everybody off about how we threw you off. You threw us off.
Where were we? So yes, basically Karin saying that you have
absolutely.
Karin say you have to have a 747, but not everybody that have a 747 know how to fly it.
That's what
or
I said.
land it properly.
That's what I said. Not everybody can flex. You have the tool, but you don't know how to flex. That's as bad as not having the tool at all.
So is there anything wrong if you have you're working with a partner and the partner see that you lack certain situations, now folks don't like to communicate, again,
that's the problem.
This, that, and the other. So you have your big 47, what is it?
747.
947?
747.
You have your 747 and you're not really, you can't really, you know how to drive it yet.
You can't flex.
You can't flex yet, right? So what is it? Is there should a conversation be happening?
Please, that is essential.
From who? From the man will have the conversation, or
whoever has the issue with it.
Bring up the conversation. What? The motion in the ocean. All right.
Whoever has the issue with it needs to have the initiate the conversation, and hope that the person will receive it well. If it depends on how it's said.
Now, if the person don't receive it well, now then
sex is not going to be fun for both parties, is it?
Okay. Right.
Well, yeah, most of the times they receive it well.
They receive it well.
They receive it well.
Yeah, but there are men who there are men, based on your little comment right there, who don't give a damn whether the other woman reaches climax, as long as they've knocked their rocks off, then they're fine. There are some men like that, and those are the men who can't have stable relationships that keep going from one person to the next to the next to the next, because they're not caring enough to make sure, and that whoever they're with, if you're interested in a relationship, I'm assuming that she's pleased before they both reach climax.
But we just talk about this whole monogamy and polygamy situation, but serious question: does monogamy really work for us? Does it?
It works for some. It works. I think it works for many. It does not work for all. And the divorce rate in this country alone proves it, because most times it's due to extramarital affairs.
According to whose standards? Once again, we grew up in this box. We've been taught a certain set of values, but then sometimes these values go against our nature. It goes against our very nature, and this is why we create this whole cheating. Or a man goes in another state and find an ex-wife. They say, "Oh, bigger me," because I guess I don't know where that word come from. He bigger than me. I don't know. So I think it's all about this value system that we learned. It's not working. It is not working based on the divorce rate alone, like you stated, and most of it is due to infidelity. So that structure of monogamy, it's not really working. So maybe as a people, we need to come up with something else that may work. Why can't we try different things as opposed to staying within this construct that does not work?
I think. Go ahead, Sam.
I was just going to say that one of my favorite films is a movie called Contact, and there's a section in the movie that speak about, are we the only ones out here? And although there's not really major proof, the census was, if we are the only ones out here, that's a waste of space. And I want to bring that into, I don't want to go into the whole monogamy, polygamy thing, but I do look at the numbers of single parents that's out there that's struggling, mothers and fathers, and you look at those numbers, and there's just a lot of areas that you have to look at some system to actually, if we're going to get somewhere as a people, we would have to look at one of those systems and actually implement it if we plan to rise.
But you will if it does not. True that, Trini. Some people can get beyond the cheating, but you do have serial cheaters who disrespect their partners. You have people who get married who should never have signed that contract with another human being, knowing damn well they had no intention of being in a monogamous relationship. And let's face it, Sam, religion keeps us in certain relationships for life.
Well, okay,
you know what I'm saying?
The issue with religion, right, is what I was I wouldn't say I was taught, but what was happening in my experience was that they related a lot of things sexually to lust. Even if you were pleasuring yourself, the issue of lust. So, but as Curtis said earlier, if you need to blow your nose, you blow your nose. If you're hungry, eat some food. You need to, you stink, you go in and take a bath. If you're backed up, you need to bust. It's just that simple. So I don't know where they get the whole thing where, all right, well, anything of pleasure,
sexual pleasure.
There's sin involved.
Sin and perversion.
It's just ways of controlling.
And there's miscommunication, and when you could see people taking it upon themselves to rewrite certain parts of the Bible, so they in somehow could minister to a group of people, which happens time and time again. Because when I was growing up, I didn't know I could go and rewrite the Bible, but some people could take it on themselves now to rewrite certain sections so they can win a certain sector over to the Lord. So there's a lot of interesting historical things that have been taking place. So we had to really take a look at religion and what role that plays in this whole dynamic of our sexuality
and relationships, and find at least try another structure, because the one that we have now is not.
But you're making a very general statement, and there are many who are just fine with the structure. So let's at least admit that.
Yeah, they're fine with it, but based on the numbers, based on the divorce rates.
As stated before by someone in the chat, it's in Trini Fly, that cheating doesn't necessarily cause divorce. There are usually a lot of issues that go in before the person even cheats. Usually a lot of things negatively happening in the relationship before.
I saw an interesting thing on the internet where this couple were in Africa on the plains, observing the animals and whatnot, and she nudged the husband and said, look at the lion. Since we've been here, he had sex 5 times already. And according to the stats, that lion have sex 15 times a day. You need to pay attention. And he said, but was it with the same woman? No. You need to pay attention to that. And that is where the argument started. So you see, Karin does get vexed. She don't say nothing, but I know the face that she does make here. I don't care. Get vexed if you want.
You are a polygamist in waiting. I am not. You understand them?
I just think Karin was just being strong on her that she is monogamous and that is her thing.
That's my thing.
And that's perfectly fine.
That's fine.
Right.
Absolutely.
That's perfectly fine.
And I don't beat anybody down for their belief systems. I just don't partake in it.
Okay, let's look at this one. As I mentioned, the animals. Let's look at how we view ourselves with this thing called pornography. How dangerous is the consumption of porn? And does that in itself cause, does it set unrealistic standards for men?
Who answered that?
That's a different topic altogether.
This is what I'll say about porn. You know, like when you're looking at a McDonald's burger in the picture.
Oh, you're going from porn to a McDonald's burger.
Listen, man. Let the man make
this drawing. I draw that thing here. You're looking at McDonald's picture, right? You look at the picture, and it looks enticing. And then when you buy the burger, it's like you look at this thing, but this is not what's in the picture. So porn, it looks a certain way on the screen. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, well, wow, this looks amazing. And then, you have to actually make your own thing interesting, because what you're seeing there to what is real, is like night and day. So some people have the issue again. Religion comes in with the issue of porn, but there's some people who enjoy it as a pastime, and those who are addicted. So you have levels of everything with it.
I think porn needs to be a separate topic altogether, but I'm going to say this. As you said, addiction, religious problems with it, people becoming obsessive with porn, hypersexualized society with that. There are certain countries where porn has led to more rapes. They've documented this. It's not an opinion. Oh, yes. Because you have rape porns, you have porns where women are debased in all kinds of ways, and I think it leads to a certain desensitization, if you want to call it. People get conditioned to watching these things and think of nothing of these things, of a man maybe urinating on a woman's face, in her mouth, whatever, and I think that some porn can be used to help with sexual issues. I mean, real medical sexual issues or emotional issues. But when you get to porn that shows a woman being clustered or raped or whatever like that, debased, then I have some issues with those types of porns.
So
porn in general, to consenting people and actors.
Okay, so Carol says porn has also caused problems in marriages because of addiction.
Addiction.
What is the addiction here? Watching porn or expecting your partner to
perform like what you see in
the person who becomes addicted to porn is giving that partner less of his or her time. And it goes both ways. Men and women will become more men, of course, but they give less time to their partner, less quality time. Maybe I know of issues where a man is stimulated by the porn, but not by the partner.
I'm sorry to laugh.
It's absolutely true.
So, but at the end of the day, right? I use the McDonald's or the Burger King or whoever selling the burger. I use that example. Now, we don't really consume burgers as like you're going to have a meal, right? It's something you wanted something quick to eat. You buy that and you whatever, right? So now, relating that to what we're talking about here, porn, as Trinigel said, is entertainment purposes. It's not like you're going to live your life and say, well, this is how I'm, So we have people eating burgers as a real meal or what? If you entice this thing to sell it.
Sometimes that's their only meal.
Well, they need to start cooking. They need to go and learn how to cook. I know wrong with these people here.
Let me throw a next word inside of here. Talking about porn. Voyeurism. people who like to be watched, or they get pleasure when they watching other people. We discussed this earlier on. People coming into relationships with certain habits that they already have, or certain desires that they have, and it's hidden, and then they bring it out to this mate, and all of a sudden, no, that's Satan, get away from me. What about voyeurism? To some people, that's natural. I don't see the big deal. I love my body. I have no problem showing myself naked. What is the big deal? If I'm on the balcony naked and people see me, what is the big deal if we have sex and people see? There are those.
I thought you meant the person who watches somebody else.
Oh yeah, and other people like to be watched also. That goes back to porn. Some people like to make their own movies and then sit back and watch that, or show it to other people, or look at other people's
It's never
movies.
as cute as the one that has been edited professionally.
So Trini girl say she like to watch.
Watch what?
Trini girl, explain that to me. You mean
Watch
like having a mirror in the ceiling, mirrors on the walls around
watch
you?
yourself or watch others?
Yeah, talk to me. Would you like to watch?
Yeah, explain that one there, please.
Or you like to watch what?
Watch what?
I don't quite get it, because I mean, as a man, I don't think any man here never look at himself in the mirror while you and say, yeah, look at your boy.
Some people film themselves.
Right? I don't think any man here I don't think anybody never done that. Look at themselves in the mirror and say, yeah, when you're putting on some good work, and somebody say, I've never watched porn. I don't look at porn. That for the same reason, I know it's unnatural, and as a filmmaker, I know how to edit. I know how to make all of these things look greater than they actually are. So I don't fall for that. I've never been interested in it. It doesn't excite me. Looking at others.
Interesting.
The human body is a beautiful thing. I agree with you on that, Trinidad. I agree with you on that.
Big things are going
on. So I think we all, in some little way, shape or form, we might all have a little bit of that voyeurismo in us.
I looked at porn when I was like a teenager, and I think at one time I ended up with a thing called blue balls. It's like there was just a rough situation going on, but you learn to work things out.
But as you mentioned that now, Sam, you have, and once again, I gotta beat on the woman here. You have women who, some of them, they intentionally flirt with a man, with whom they have no intentions of even getting involved with them, but they flirt, they set you up. So I'm talking about the woman here. You all top the list when it comes to teasing. Is that a healthy thing to do? Or is it some dangerous waters you're swimming in when you tease a man with no intentions of getting involved? Sam can answer that, Karin.
Oh, no. Well,
you don't have no idea what that have to do with the topic, so that's why I'm
What do you mean what have to do with the topic?
Okay, hold on.
What do you mean? What do you mean? What has to do with the topic?
The topic is about
you tease a man sexually with. Hold on, you go to the club. First of all, you dress. You don't put on a frock, a duster to go to the club. You put on something revealing, something tight. You go to the club and you wind up. You carry on yourself, right? You drink. A man buy your drinks. You drink. You get inebriated. You wind up on the man all night. You make him promises. And then when he drop you home, you say,
promise you a dance.
Hold on.
Dance.
No. I'm talking about the teasing, where women take this thing to the extent and then turn around and refuse the man. Sam spoke a minute. Let me hold on. Sam spoke a minute about having blue balls. So when this man reach home and can't even get a good night kiss by the door, yeah, that's where blue balls start sitting in.
I'm sorry. We need to back up a little bit.
That's the whole point. You need to back it up.
Hold on. Meet you at the club. I don't promise you a thing. And really, if you don't want to buy me a drink, you're good. I promise you a dance. That's all it is. I have danced with many men.
All night?
We started off like this, and within 20 minutes, they were like this. And we had a distance between us because they were fully erect. That is not my problem. That is yours. And me never promise you no walk to no gate or front door or anything like that. You're not knowing where I live. So I don't know what these promises, when these promises were made when we were dancing on the dance floor. I wasn't talking to you at all. I was just dancing.
I think it has to do with the understanding of the culture you're in. If you don't understand the culture, you could get messed up real bad, right? I think I had shared with you all some time ago, a Labor Day weekend. I went by a partner, brethren. He's a DJ, playing music. And they say, yo, Sammy, go in the kitchen and bring 2 beers to me, right? And in the hallway, you know, those houses in Brooklyn, you have you leave the front, hallway going all the way down to the kitchen. It had 2 older women whining to Calypso. And I mind my business going to the kitchen, and the 2 of them hold on to me and wind up my tail in the hallway. And that was a serious one. I never had a wind up like this. And then when I finished, all right, you fix up with that. But you see, I understand the culture. I understand that, look, that wasn't going anywhere else. That was just, you get a little thing.
However your body responds is yours.
Yes, small man, you fix to that, right? You fix to that, brethren. And this. I go in the back for the bears and only watching to see if they're still in the hallway. Because I got afraid to pass back, boy. I said, boy, I ain't like that woman. But Carol asks, what is blue balls? Okay, this is when your balls is seeing the blues. All right. so if you watch,
a better explanation than that.
All right. So, well, I don't really know what the medical thing is. But what it is that
when you have not had intercourse for so long, you think you're going to explode.
Right.
That is what that is.
And it is a painful.
It is painful.
It's a painful thing as well.
I've heard.
I could testify. It's a painful thing. But when I look at these things, so it's sort of like you're a teenager, you're seeing this thing is enticing, like, oh wow, and depending on how long you watch this stuff for, you're dripping, all kind of strippiness going on with you. So you really have no way to go and express all of that when you're done. It's like you're watching food all over the place and you can't eat because your mouth running water. So I guess the body is expecting something, and you can't deliver that because it's not like, well, you went and you watched this with a person you could rock with, right? So you're gonna just suffer the pain later on. So when your balls is seeing the blues, that is blue balls. Somebody say it sounds painful.
Karin touched on something earlier on, and Sam, I don't think neither you or I contributed to this. What is the worst sexual experience you ever had?
Oh my, that one there, what?
Bad
Sam,
sex.
I'm gonna tell you about some boat.
We're talking about bad sex here. What is the worst sexual experience?
The Nile River, some boats and something. That's that story I found. Not true. Nah, tell you. I wish I had some money.
Hold on, Sam and Karin. Let's leave out names.
What you mean, Sam and Karin? No, you said you two did not.
No, well, no. The way you say it as if you had more stories to contribute.
No, not I.
So I'm just saying. Let us leave out names, times, and places excluded. God bless.
Put that disclaimer.
Well, I wouldn't say I had I have to think because really and truly, for the most part, it was a cool scene. So I don't really know about like a bad.
Why?
Babe was like, well, Lord, this was real bad.
Well, for me, I take you back to the early 80s. And was a situation, met a girl right on the corner where I live, and started, hey, how you doing? Blah, blah, blah. We start talking, whatever. Tell her, okay, link me. She said she going up the road, she coming back. All right, boom. I stand up right there and I wait. She went up Church Avenue, wherever she went, she come back. Hey, come across by me, chill a little bit. Boom, just pick up the girl, back then it was safe. Right? And the girl kept saying, good evening, Shoel. So glad you could join us. The girl kept saying, well, no, we can't do anything. I had sex with my boyfriend last night. So I and it's like, so what had to do with me? And she kept apologizing, telling me she had sex with her boyfriend last night. So little did I know she was warning me. It was a warning. I'm telling you, Sam, when I do so and I walk in the door and I step inside of there, it's like, hello. Anybody in there? Bro, no matter where I turned, it had no walls. There were no walls. It was just an abyss. Nothing but space, nothing but room. I have never felt so incompetent in my life. There was nothing. There were no walls to hit. There was no back wall. There was nothing. And trust me, I am well endowed. I had to actually look and say, wait, am I in or am I out? When I looked, I was actually inside and there was nothing for me to feel in there. Left, right, center, up, down, nothing. The abyss. I don't understand that at all. Nothing but a gaping hole. And that, to me, was the most terrible experience I've ever had because Lucy said I went swimming. There was nothing there. And she tried to warn me. She tried to warn me because she knew what was going on down there. Nothing. After that, I just had to get up. It's like, it was pointless. It was pointless. I had to stop. I just, you know what?
So hold on. If you couldn't find your way, right? I mean, was there any tractors, any boat, any you needed a lifesaver. So you had to wonder who this boyfriend was?
I don't know. I think that was just an excuse because she knew what it is I was walking into, why she kept saying that. That was the excuse. Well, I don't think any human could have done that kind of damage.
Carol says the shoes were too big for your feet.
Sure, she don't believe that one. I am telling you. Nothingness. Nothingness. I've never felt so incapable in my life.
Wow.
I'm telling you. And so what I suggest, fellas who listening, do the ha test.
The ha test?
The ha test.
Okay.
Yeah, what you do, you go there and you say ha. And if you laugh back at you, yeah, no, don't venture there at all. Don't go.
Stop it.
Don't run.
Wait a man. They say laughter is good medicine, boy.
Run, Sam, run. I'm telling you, run. I'm telling you. There's nothing there for you, bro.
GPS.
Oh my goodness.
But on a serious note, Karin, let me ask you something. A lot of us men, we find any excuse other than admitting what may very well be taking place. And I saw another one on the internet. I saw this one actually yesterday. And You know who posted this? Denise Belfort. You know, everybody doing this 10-year challenge thing on Facebook now, right? On social media. Show a picture of yourself 10 years ago compared to what you look like now. And some people say, see, no change. 10 years have passed. Look the same. Okay. So Denise Belfort put up a post and she said, how come nobody putting up this 10-year challenge? And she put up the eggplant, the firm one, and you know when that eggplant rotten? She had the other one. She said, how come nobody putting up that 10-year challenge? So I answer back and I say, somebody please take away this girl forward. Because she out of control. So, and that is something that a lot of men just
shout out to Denise Belfort.
A lot of men don't want to accept the fact that they, you know, their libido may be low or they might be suffering from low testosterone. So let me ask you something, Karin, on a serious note. What can men do to boost their testosterone level? Testosterone.
Okay, I'm going to answer it the way I know you want me to go, all organic, but I'm going to go both ways.
Hold on.
Some of the
careful with that statement. You're going to do what? You're going to go? All right, go ahead.
It's orgasmic, you know. Get your head out of the clothes. The most organic things that have been shown to be effective, we had a minimum, like a lot of exercise, weightlifting, intensive weightlifting, taking breaks, you know, during the week, but intensive weightlifting is one of the most natural ways to increase your testosterone level. Changing your diet to more natural foods has been proven to improve your testosterone levels. The adrenal glands are two little glands, one on each top of each kidney. They also produce small amounts of testosterone. And if you're stressed out, the same adrenal glands produce cortisol, which diminishes your testosterone. So if you're in high stressed situations, your body is producing, your adrenal glands is producing cortisol, which reduces your testosterone. So stress reducing situations, music, exercise, whatever helps you to, better eating plans and weightlifting programs tend to work. If none of those things work and your levels are solo, maybe you're trying to conceive with your partner. A lot of doctors will recommend pills, injections in certain cases, even IV if necessary, to bring your levels back to a level where you feel like yourself again. Because all those conservative methods may be beneficial, but if they don't work for you after a period of time, you can certainly turn to medication.
So let's not place all the blame on men here. Is it commonplace for women to have low estrogen levels themselves?
Testosterone? Are we still talking estrogen?
No, I'm saying women.
Testosterone. We were talking testosterone before.
Yes, I see.
Both men and women have testosterone, but women have very low amounts of testosterone. That's why I just wanted to clarify.
Okay, but
estrogen, yes. Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, but women also have low estrogen levels that could lead to a whole other set of problems, including sexual problems too, right? Am I correct?
That is more reproductive issues when women have low estrogen levels. Estrogens can be found in plants, and stuff like that. So there are natural ways to replenish, but you can also replenish with supplements as well.
I'm just saying we get all the blame. That's my point. And sometimes the woman
may be... when men have low testosterone, helps with like pubic hair, chest hair, facial hair. So we're talking about more testosterone is more about the physical expressionism of manhood,
mm-hmm.
and the ability to perform sexually. The estrogen, we're talking about reproductive systems when it comes
mm-hmm.
to that. Okay, so it's more internal. Whereas a man, you can see, certain things are not well developed. Testicular formation, breast, chest definition, facial hair, stuff like that. Nice little Adam's apple may not happen as well, you know.
Yeah, as you talk about chess, breasts come to mind, and I'm thinking of something here.
You're a man.
Sam, you ever see a situation where you see a couple and you ask yourself, how you do that, boy? When you see you look at a couple, like, you know, that rapper there with the, anyway, I ain't gonna say that. I will leave that alone. I will leave that alone. You see a couple and you ask yourself, how the hell he do that? The woman fine and the fella just like way left field.
Or the opposite, right? Or the opposite. Because that's the direction you were going with in the first place. Okay, I try to please the chat.
The fella just way out there, and you ask yourself, how the hell did he do that? Now, this what do they call it?
Oxymoron?
No.
Oxytocin.
Oxytocin, right? That hormone that's released. So sometimes a woman get into a little relationship with a guy and they just decide to give him some. And they release all of these chemicals, and next thing you know, they fall in love with this man that's just not that she wouldn't get the time of day really on the street, but they end up in a serious relationship with this individual because of the hormones that this individual make them release. And sometimes women confuse that with love, and sometimes women grow to love an individual because of how that particular individual stimulates their body.
Oi.
What?
Let us make a distinction between these chemical hormones that are at peak levels during sexual activity versus love, which is an emotion that is built on time and trust and all of that. That is, I don't confuse those things. Why would
maybe not you? I said, well, some of them, and I know you fall in love.
If him working the right way,
that
you want
they love.
That's different.
They enthralled by this individual and call it love because
if I'm a work you the right way and you get real caught up with that, almost like an addiction of sorts, that is what works for your body. He touches the right spot, he makes it hit it the right way each time. Yeah, you can get a little caught up, but that's not love. Cut it out.
Yeah, but that's what I said. They get caught up into it because of these hormones and whatnot that's being released.
I'm not blaming hormones for that. He just hits it the right way.
So let me get it straight, right?
Yeah, get it straight, Sam. Get it straight.
Let me understand the situation here. So if someone is speaking your love language, right? Now, and love here is used loosely. It's not like the whole thing. It's like just like, okay, because it's a word that's used within the confines of the subject as well. You know, we're going to say make love, right? What is make love really?
No,
right? So it's the same thing. Some people could actually make a connection. If you know you have a man 300 pounds, the chick is 185, it might work out, and vice versa. I see some real big woman with some skinny man and thing. I said, well, I guess
those would be your Rodneys. Those would be your Rodneys. Those.
You know the Rodneys.
They're hanging. They're wearing pants 3 sizes bigger than their body. They're hanging.
Woo! You know that one? Somebody says Sam appears confused.
Yeah, I was just trying to.
No, but I don't use those words the way I know. I agree with you. The words are used way to sort of intertwine. To me, they don't. You're talking about sexual attraction, sexual compatibility. Somebody who always makes you climax. You know, that's a rare thing. A lot of women fake that crap. You know this. You've heard about it, even if nobody has said it to you. A lot of women fake it. You know, okay, babe, you good? All right, okay. Let me go to the bathroom and finish
women like, okay, so maybe we should ask the women in the chat.
A lot of women fake it.
Okay, let forget why the woman. you all hear within the sound of my voice as we record this live. And for the recording and other people who will hear it in the future,
Yes.
I ask of you women, have any of you ever faked an orgasm?
Oh my God. Oh. What do you mean? Of course. Hello, yes. Heck yeah.
Trini girl, she agreed with everything Karin said. Let me see how quick she jump in on this now. Lucy, you too. Put on the Bible. Talk to me.
Yeah.
Lucy said never. Trini girl say yes.
Yeah, man. Yes.
Never faked an orgasm.
Yes. Especially if the woman is tired, but you want to please your man, and he reaches orgasm, you're like, oh, let me just.
I hope you all know that men also do that, okay?
Of course.
And
of course.
I have, like I stated in the previous situation,
Of course.
when I walked into the how they call it out in space, the black hole?
The abyss.
The abyss, right? I had to and get up off of that because it was pointless. Okay, it was borderless, it was limitless, and I just had to get up out of that. So yes, I have had to fake orgasms myself to get out of situations. So, and I've also been with individuals. And don't think this only happened to you all. I've been with individuals that sometimes is like you're there, and I'll ask you all this: if you ever, I am guilty of this. If you ever had to put your mind on somebody else in order to get pleasure out of the situation that you're in at the point in time, because it just ain't happening, you have to go elsewhere.
That's a man thing primarily, I think. Women do it, but I think that's primarily on the men.
Some giggles.
He sounds like she needs some surgical correction though. If it was that bad.
But
you expect the muscles to be loose, but not loose to a point that you can't have sex the next day, unless it was earlier that day and she lied about it.
No, that was an excuse. That was never been there, and thank God, and I hope never to ever get back in a situation like that.
Okay, hold on. So Karin, when is not? This is not you personally, right?
Yeah, you.
I am not afraid to answer any questions.
No. When you said that you want to please your man, but you're tired, right? So you fake one.
Once he reaches,
right? So you fake to help him reach, right?
No.
You didn't.
He reaches, and I fake mine.
Oh, so he reached and you fake yours. And then what did? Okay, so
he's good.
So that's like telling a white lie.
And he feels good, like he's
But that's like a white lie, right? It was like a lie.
Not call it. It's just he reached his orgasm, and I'm like, okay, because I'm dead tired. A lot of women do that. Especially mothers, young mothers, they do that all the time. Like, okay, babe, you good? Cool.
Okay.
You go through the motions.
That's a good thing, right?
It is.
You think that's a good thing?
He has reached orgasm, and that was your goal, is to pleasure him.
That was it, right? Because the breastfeeding.
It's when your partner doesn't care if you get any pleasure, then we have an issue.
Oh, okay. All right. So I was just curious because but how do people in the chat feel about that? Is it good to white lie your partner? I could call it a white lie.
It's a lie, but it's okay. But every encounter can't be the best. Sometimes it's just satisfy the need. Those are the quickies, right? You think women are satisfied after quickies? Hell to the no.
Yes.
Listen.
You never know.
Rain check tonight.
I am very, very sure there are some women that are satisfied with quickies. I'm very, very sure.
Because all of those encounters, those encounters that take place in broom closets and on the copier machine at work, not all of them are for the man's sake, because a whole lot of times it's not the man that dragged the woman inside of it. It's the woman that
But what I'm saying is she does not necessarily reach orgasm. Many women will not reach orgasm that quickly. There are some women who have conditioned their bodies, are really in tuned with their bodies and can reach orgasm within like that 2-3 minute thing, you know. But see, I avoid quickies at all costs. But in general, I would say most women will not orgasm in 2 to 3 minutes. Some will go almost an hour before they're like, it is what it is.
And who fault is that? You know, I heard which comedian say, if you don't come when I come, you come when I come back. Because it's like,
go on about your business. Go on, boy. Don't come back.
Because I think it's kind of unfair, some of these expectations you all put on men to just, you know.
Lucy, what kind of thing is that? You see what Lucy say here? Look what Lucy say here.
Just let him know you're not in the mood, but let him. Listen, man. Especially young mothers, because you're so damn tired. I've seen it. I've heard about it. So young mothers are so tired, but that baby daddy, that husband, that boyfriend comes home and he is geared to go. Him take a fresh, you hook up, you do that little quickie. He's good. Okay, babe. I need to get some sleep. All right. Still love you. Big deal.
Okay, what about men who have to suffer in relationships? Sometimes you have a woman who's very fertile, and sometimes they don't check that time of the month and all of these things when they're ovulating. And you may have a woman in her 30s that have 6 children in a marriage. Now, that man may now have to refrain because it's almost like every time he goes, belly big, right? Now he's now forced to have to pull out and ejaculate outside.
Well, we all know how effective that
might have to go get a surgical procedure.
We know how effective the pull-out method is, right? There are many children that have been born due to that pull-out method. Listen, you made it seem, I understand you said within a marriage, right? Multiple children already, and you want no more, but there are so many other ways to have sex. And why are we acting as if, you know, vaginal penis intercourse is the only way to go? Let's get real about that. Just like missionary is not the only position, vaginal penis intercourse is not the only way to go.
Enlighten us.
Funny. Huh?
Enlighten us.
Me fi enlighten you. Now you bring it up. Hey, thank you very much. Condom was never even mentioned, Lucy. Like say it never come in existence.
So this thing that they call what they call it?
Vasectomy.
Oh gosh, the word alone is
make you cringe, not true?
The word alone is painful.
Make you cringe. Make you start sit down, pan a cushion.
Yeah, but would you recommend this thing for a young, potent male like myself?
If that young potent male has 30 children already, and
hold on. I mean, somebody like myself who's still capable of impregnating a woman of childbearing age, would you recommend something as savage as vasectomy?
First of all, you putting some type of negative term on it makes no sense to me.
I ain't put a negative term. I call it for what it is. You clip something.
You clip something.
That's so painful.
When the child of your baby's mother was having an episiotomy, they clipped something to then cut it. So
you had to break that down in English.
Hey, listen to me.
Hold on, you're using medical terminology. What
I'm coming back to it. I'm coming back to it. If a man, has had 5, 10, 15 children before the age of 40, and there are quite a number out there, and he's now in a marriage and says, you know what, babe, no more kids. And she's like, it's much less painful, less risk to you to have a vasectomy than for me to have a tubal ligation, get my tubes tied. Much less invasive. A vasectomy can be done outpatient. In and out, 3-4 hours. Less chance of infection, less chance of complications. But men are so scared to death of the very thought of not being able to continue spreading their seed. Literally. That they get tied up in the notion of it being terrifying. It's not terrifying.
Easy for you to say.
It's a terrifying thing.
That's easy, but
it is not terrifying.
It is not terrifying from a woman, right? It's not terrifying. A woman don't tell a man that is not terrifying. Come on. Come on.
It is not terrifying.
No. For you.
Listen, but
get out of here.
What is terrifying? Huh?
Get out of here with that crap.
What is terrifying? I have been in a situation where, if you want to really get graphic, I had a patient, woman in her, I think she was in her mid to late 40s when I met her, came in with severe infection, PID, pelvic inflammatory disease, right? When they finally did ultrasound, x-rays and all of that, they found that she had an IUD that, guess what, she had forgotten about.
Nice slackness. Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
An intrauterine device to prevent pregnancy.
Yeah, I know what it is.
And it led, of course, tissue grows over it, and of course it's still recognized by the body as something foreign, so the body is attacking it. She had absolutely forgotten that she had this, and she had gotten to a point that she was near death. She was near death.
Wow.
From this one thing. Women have been, this is a male control society, no matter how you twist it, no matter what country you go to. Stop it.
This is a male control society.
Male control society.
I do agree with that.
Oi, you're a little conclave of your society there in Delaware. I don't know what you're dealing with, but I tell you, at large, men come up with the laws that affect women's bodies. Period.
Hold on, you see?
Okay?
Hold on.
Tell women you can't have abortions. You can't do this.
I did not vote on anybody's body.
No.
Okay, don't put me in that.
It is slipped in there. It is slipped into the laws.
Excuse me. All the wars on this planet
are caused by men.
Over some woman somewhere.
No about all of that.
All movies, all stories.
All of that. Me can't take care of that one.
Woman somewhere.
You can't take care of that one because I don't believe
that. Look, I am very serious. I am not in no suit with any blonde hair voting on anybody's body. Don't put me in that.
Who controls the laws in this country? Men.
Well, whoever them is. I don't know about them.
The men control the laws.
You see, and then our women now, you see, Doctor,
governing women's bodies.
You see where it's going?
Control laws, control pharmaceutical companies, and control medications that women are being forced to take. And the recommendation.
Hold up. Where is the hospital, the black hospital, the black research people? We are not responsible for that.
Well, it's still men. I didn't say black men versus white men.
I said men. But you see, you're just putting a blanket thing. Yeah, it's a male.
Is a blanket.
It's a male-dominated thing.
Not a blanket.
Not a male-dominated thing.
It is a male-dominated society. It is a male-dominated society. What do you mean? Pharmaceutical companies tell you that you must take this.
And then now the women come back to us now and vex with us like if I personally telling you, well, I am in charge of your body. I am not in charge of your body.
But when a woman is in a relationship, a long-term relationship for 20, 30 years, let's say, and says, babe, do you want more children? He's most times saying, no, I'm done. Okay, babe. Rather than me continuing to put this device in my body or put these hormone things under my skin or take pills that make my breasts feel like they're 10 times larger than they should be, how about you just get a vasectomy? Oh, no. Get the hell out of here. Come on.
It ain't happening. I'm telling you, no, I ain't going there. No. Just as I leaving with all the parts and pieces I come with.
You still have the parts, the parts just separated.
Okay. No. Okay, so now you see what we have someone in the chat say, tell him none for him. if he doesn't snip?
Well, you want to be careful with ultimatums. Ultimatums can be very dangerous in a relationship. I'm telling you straight up.
I don't take them well.
Don't follow through. They don't take you seriously. And if you follow through, you lose a good person from your life. So you have to decide.
I don't deal with ultimatums well at all.
Huh?
I don't deal with ultimatums well.
Most people don't.
You don't? Okay.
Most people don't.
So I would presume by now, we have reached that 11 o'clock hour. I would presume by now at our age, we are well over 50 on the panel here. I would presume at this age, we have all lived, we've loved, we've laughed. We've enjoyed sexual fantasies, however subtle or wild they may have been. And I believe.
Oh gosh.
So confession is good for the soul.
You're not my confession.
Let me see.
You have nerve. You like that set up there, but you can't make me say what I want to say. That's bright. You can't make me say what I want to say. So you can go and set that up.
Why are you going to do that to me, Karin? Hold on, man. Have you done it all? And is there anything still on your bucket list that you're willing to or need to try? Take us home with that. Whatever advice you want to give to the people, but come clean.
Come clean. I don't have a bucket list. I have a few interests. I do not disclose all my interests on this platform, and I will not be doing this.
Look, cat go who tongue tonight.
Me say me nah tell you no when me want do. Me don't chat more. You understand? That is not something I'm willing to do. Yeah, so here for the English non-patois speakers. No, I'm not doing that. No, the topic that we chose the topic to just sort of lighten up people's sexual inhibitions and just to tell people, learn to talk to your partner, whether we're talking about boyfriend, fiance, husband, whatever. Learn to talk, people. Sit down, not all the time you're engaged in a sexual activity. If you are, then it's not a real relationship, I'm sorry to say. But if you're in a real healthy relationship, well-rounded, and this is somebody that you enjoy, talk about what you like. Talk about what you don't like. And don't be politically correct in those personal conversations. Be real about yourself.
Let's see that one again.
Yeah, what is it?
Put it back.
No, I'm not scared, I said I choose what I want to share. I'm not scared because probably in a conversation with these two behind the scenes, I would say what I want, but I'm not gonna put it out there to how many people. Oh no, I'm not depend that. No, that is a sexual fantasy question. I'm not going with that. Next thing, somebody show up at my door, willing to help me live it out. Nah, I'm good. No, I'm not afraid to have conversations, but I'd usually have conversations privately. I'm not a very public person when it comes to certain things, but doesn't mean I'm afraid of the conversation. As I was saying, people need to communicate more effectively, in their private relationships. You have two consenting adults, and one is saying, I wanna build a stripper pole, and the other one is completely against it. I want to do this. I want to go to a strip club. The other one is completely against it. Talk about why. Talk about if there can be some middle ground somewhere. Okay, you don't want me to go to a stripper club? Okay, you strip for me. You feel me? Be more honest with what you want and tell people what you need in your relationship sexually. The fear of rejection. If the person rejects the idea, okay, moving on. Is the person worth continuing the relationship? That wasn't a deal breaker. It shouldn't be a deal breaker. You know what I'm saying? Talk about what you need. Talk about what you want sexually, and you may be surprised by some of the responses you get in your partners. That's it.
All right.
Sasha?
Yeah. Well, tonight we all learned the price Bad Sex, which was previously titled Not Tonight, I Have a Headache. But I did hear about a young man one time. He went home and he had Tylenols, and he proceeded to go to his wife and say, here's some Tylenol. And she said, what are you doing with that? I'm good. I don't have no headache. And then he said, well, I was just making sure now because, you know, we're going to handle some situations. So it was just a story I heard, by the way. So maybe some of you might want to pass through and give some Tylenol first. Offer them some Tylenol so you could avoid hearing, not tonight, I have a headache. You know? And this was a very enlightening subject. Sex is beautiful. Love is beautiful. And folks just need to know how to, you know, you have to find the vibe, you know? You have to find the vibe. And once you could find the vibe, you know, you'll be all right. You know? And there's two types of sex. One is for the physical, and one is for the spiritual. And, you know, they have different things, and you have to find out which one works at which times, because you need all of them, but they work at various times. Now, I just want to address this person say Tylenol does not work on my headaches. So I will say try ibuprofen and see if that, you know, or try Fenzik or Kafanol, see if that works for you, or acetaminophen, see if that will Karin. Shout out to the chat. Please like, love, and share this thing tonight. And Curtis, over to you.
Yeah. It's interesting, Sam, that you tell that story, but we still heard that from
it's your story, Curtis. It's your story. I didn't want to let it cut out the bag, but you can share your story, Curtis. It's your story.
Yeah. Truth be told, I was I leave the person nameless, leave the time blank. And I was in no mood for hearing any excuses that night. So I went home and I went to the medicine cabinet and I took out whatever I could find, vitamin tablets, expired pills, whatever it is, and I put a whole handful and I come with a glass of water. And I kneeled over the side of the bed and I said, psst. She said, where's that? I said, that's for your headache. And I had the glass of water. She said, I ain't had no headache. I said, you sure you ain't got it? She said, I ain't had no headache. I said, good. Come here, we go fix this thing up tonight. And she just had to laugh. She just had to laugh it off and it's like, boy, you catch me. And she just had to give it up because you have no excuse. Ain't nothing wrong with you.
No headache today.
Right? No headache, nothing wrong. You ain't need no medication. Licks.
So that's a funny story. When you said that story, I said yes. This like when you could play what you call it, chess. You know, you just go like 3 steps ahead, and you just catch them, and you just lace them like a cobra. Bam!
So let me tell you something. I've seen a lot, and I've done a lot. I've been asked to do a lot, and I've asked people to do a lot more. At this point of the game, for me, I'm approaching 60, and in terms of fantasies, I don't think there's anything else out there I want to try. There are certain things that I missed the boat on, and that's okay. Let the ship sail. I've had sex in public, sex in a vehicle, moving vehicle, parked vehicle. I had sex with a friend.
You've been around, brother. You get it? You're mashing up.
I have 7 children. I've done good in that department. I'm all right. So I don't think there's anything right now I could see on a tape, see in a movie, or nothing nobody could come and whisper in my ears right now. And I said, nah, I do that already. I could. Nah, I ain't interested in that one day. No. So I'm pretty much satisfied overall. Overall, I just saying overall. I ain't saying in life, I just saying overall. I good. Don't come to me with no new tricks, boy. Check this one, boy. Like you say, Sam, wearing pink and swinging from the chandelier. No. Certain things I leave it alone. I ain't playing no dress up. None of that. Don't ask me to choke you, because if I choke you and you're dead, I go into jail. I ain't with the choking business. Them kind of sodomistic things and dressing up and whips and chains. I good. Me and none of that. I'm too old for some of them things then. But to the younger people listening, all I saying is that live, like Karin say, open communication with your significant other. I tend not to use the word partner. Here Sam used that word partner. And I remember Sprangalang had a joke. He said he went to the doctor and the doctor asked him how many sexual partners he have. And he said, hold on, doctor. I might drink a beer with my partner. I occasionally smoke a joint with my partner, but I ain't never had sex with none of my partner. So I have no sexual partners. Right? So I don't use that word partner when it comes to sex. No. So to the younger people out there and the people who still swinging in the game, like Karin say, open communication is the best thing. Talk to each other so that you all know what each other desire. And then this way one wouldn't tiptoe and go outside to find whatever it is they're looking for. And then next thing you find out, you say, well, oh, you should have asked me. I was willing to do that. And you all would never know if you don't talk. And as far as couples, married couples are concerned, whatever goes on behind closed doors, within the vows and the construct of that marriage or that relationship that you're in, more power to you. Go ahead. Learn, experience things with each other. Because if you're too afraid, there's always somebody on the outside who's willing. And these are the things that tend to mess up relationships, because of some of these inhibitions that a lot of us hold on to. Well, the Bible say, and my grandmother used to tell me, remember, grandma had 14 children. She didn't buy them in the store.
No TV.
Okay? Grandma didn't buy them 14 children in the store. Remember that. Grandma old now and she sit down in the church. She did. Yes, child. Yes, child. And grandmother reading she Bible and going to church every Sunday. Remember, grandma do a lot of sex to get them 14 children that she had. All right? So stop with this thing, but my grandma tell me and my mother did say and this. Live and enjoy all the blast itself, and we won't have so many damn divorces and not in this set of trouble that we have in the world. Peace and blessings.
Bless.
Hi, I'm Dr. Judith Barnes. I'm an author, a playwright, poet. I'm also a broadcaster by training, and I recently found out about 2 years ago that I can paint paintings, which means I paint sceneries, I paint landscape, I paint animals. I have just discovered, and so that I can do this. And so along with all the other gifts and talents that I've been blessed with, I have paintings, and they are on view and for sale on Etsy and also on Facebook. And if you desire to order any painting or order one of my books, because I'm also an author, please give me a call at 470-564-8267. That's Dr. Judith, and the number again, whether you want to just talk to me or order one of my paintings or one of my books, please feel free to call 470-564-8267. Thank you.
Hello there and welcome. My name is Curtis Henry. Over the past few weeks, as we were putting the final pieces together to get the show on the road, some people asked, why do you need to showcase Caribbean people? Why Caribbean Chatt? And I say, why not? Because we as Caribbean people have worked too hard, come too far, and suffered too long for us to continue taking a backseat. It's time for us to rise up, speak out, and show the world the value and the richness of our culture. So I'm providing a platform to showcase the history and culture of Caribbean people in entertainment, the arts, politics, sports, and economics. We will explore the many profound contributions they have made to society. So we invite you to stay with us as we launch what is to become one of the greatest voices of Caribbean people, for Caribbean people, by Caribbean people. On this platform, Caribbean people of excellence get to tell their story. Our aim is to ensure that your contributions are acknowledged and celebrated. Welcome to Caribbean Chatt. So make sure you like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, and be sure to hit that subscribe button on YouTube. We are Caribbean Chatt.